Hello Rovers and welcome back to another viewer account review. This time round we are reviewing Kyo's account and they are UL73. Thing other than account review, okay, there's Belt Tower. Her Whimpering Waste is totally not done. So it's another long day of account review. Now first things first, our Gamba of the day. Do they have Calcharo on Ling Yang? Place your bets. Oh, okay. You all definitely got it right. Chef Gamba, if this account is bricked, just now we all had a sneak peek at what resonators they have already. So it's time to put on your big brain hats and think whether their account is bricked or not. Predictions over. The second prediction is their account bricked? It's time to find out. The Aero Rover is already looking quite scuffed. Must be a smoke screen, right? Do not play my feelings like that. Blood Pack's Edge. What the hell is this? S5. Do you have Chakona? You do not have Chakona. Why the hell are you doing this to your rover, man? Are you sharing it with Shopkeeper? I guess you are sharing it with Shopkeeper, huh? Use this one? But this one's for Chakona though. This one's for Chakona. Aero Rover, you don't want to use this one. Unless for some reason you're using with Phoebe. Or maybe Chisa down the road. For now, absolutely not. Instead, we shall see. Interesting choice right there. One's crit damage, huh? Energy, attack. Yeah, I guess Rover can kind of use this, but you will want Bellborn. That's if you're using it for Rover. Yeah, I guess no. You will want a Windweb Pilgrimage, right? Either that or you can use the Rejuvenating Glow. Since you're not building Rover, then I would say just keep it to Rejuvenating Glow. It's good enough. Rover use the arrow set. Rover with this arrow set is cosmetic. You don't want to use Gust of Welkin because Arrow Rover does not inflict arrow erosion by himself. You remember the other day when I talked about the difference between inflicting and hitting? Inflicting is when someone with COVID coughs on you. Hitting is when you got COVID and someone hits you for extra bonus damage. That's the difference between inflicting and hitting. So Rover, he himself is unable to inflict arrow erosion. He lacks the ability to do that. COVID reference 2.0. Yeah, you can, so therefore you can save this set for Chakona, and I would say that this set would be quite okay for Chakona. Maybe you want to rework on some stuff here and there. Besides, no, you don't want HP. You want attack. So essentially these two, while pretty good looking, it's not going to work for Rovers, not going to work for Chakona. Attack, okay? Attack. Because Rover scales off attack. If there is no other stat here, it's attack. Okay, moving on to Gilbrena. Gilbrena has pretty good attack. Energy regen looks quite okay. Maybe you want a tad bit more? 120 is always the sweet spot. Crit rate, yeah, you can get away with this. And close to 300% crit damage. Nice. Lux and Umbra, so S0R1. Okay, now let's see. Very good. 4-5, 4-5, 2-5, 4-5, 5-5. Oh, I'm seeing quite a lot of 21% damage here and there in these accounts for these few days. Quite nice. Quite nice to see 21% with proper substats and not just like one singular 21% damage like that. For Gilbrena, I think you do know what you want to rework on, which is definitely this one. This two, just double crit alone is not going to cut it if you want to min-max. But otherwise, I would say that it actually looks quite alright. For Gilbrena, you want to max out Forte Circuit and Liberation. Moving on to Yuno. Makato. What in the hell is this? One, you got Cosmic Ripples. I don't think you're getting Abyss Surges anytime soon, man. But right now you are in 4 plus 5, so it's like you're almost at 10 pity. In other words, your Yuno is quite bricked at the moment. Let me see. Let me check with Crit Win. What's the 4-star Yuno can use? Stoner? No. Ether Strike? Those are Battle Pass weapons. Celestial Spiral? You don't even have Celestial Spiral, do you? If I remember correctly, Makato is the only one. Oh my goodness. Hollow Mirage also not there. So therefore, you can use Legend of Drunken Hero. Legend of Drunken Hero you can find in, I think, Nyala. Let's head on to Rinasita. Mass Reverie. Yeah, so for you want to use this one, which is technically the better one that you can use. Just there's a stat stick because you have no one who can inflict negative status. Yeah, there's no negative status, but they can use it as a stat stick because they have no other gauntlet at the moment. Yeah, Banner 4 stars are better. They have none. They had none. It's only training gauntlets and pyro gauntlets. I've never seen a more barren account than this one. Like, not even a freaking blue. Ah, you do have a box. So you can get this. Amity Accord you cannot use. While this is great for the weapon passive, that defense is no go. No go. So the energy regen is more than enough with Makato, but later on it'll probably not be enough because we won't be using Makato. Crit rate is on the okay-ish side, maybe a little bit low, but I think it should be fine. 4-5, 2-5, 2-5, 2-5, and 3-5. Crit rate kind of good without weapon, crit damage is low. It's only good without weapon because they're using the crit rate 22%. Because the 22% actually does add a lot. If I just remove this, right, then you see it will be a whole 37.3% already. For you, I would actually recommend double crits first. This one you probably want to touch last. This one also touch last. Rework on this one, hopefully get double crit and one more stat, attack percentage or liberation or energy. And then after that, look into reworking on this one and then this one. But with how uninvested your is right now, Koji is right. Should probably just play her with Moonlit to buff Augusta because Moonlit very simple to build. What you want to do is you want just Moonlit and you can use Sanhua's Moonlit on You want to level up her Liberation and her Forte Circuit. Those are your big hitting ones for and after that I think that should be good enough. Wow, you even have S1 Did you get very lucky with the weapon, not weapon, with the character banner? Oh wow, it is double 5-star. Damn, okay. Ain't that nice. Okay, so for you, right, the pool plan now is for you to not pull resonators anymore. You're going to need more 5-star weapons, even from standard, and then save your airstrikes for the next resonator so that you can get the resonator and signature weapon. Resonator plus signature weapon often performs so much better than resonator without signature weapon. So that's something to keep in mind and something that you want to do. Alternatively, you can save a bit of airstrikes here and there and probably pray for or Augusta rerun so that you can get their signature weapon. Okay, Augusta, the attack is kind of low, but remember that you do not have 5-star signature weapons. Energy regen is kind of high. Crit rate is very low. Crit damage is very high. He needs Cartetia, Augusta weapon first, and Frolova also. Actually, I would prefer if he got Cartesia, and Frolova weapon first. Augusta is kind of like whatever, cause can do more damage than Augusta. And it's so much more fun to play I'm biased towards Anyways, for Augusta, you don't want to use Discord. Discord is mostly a weapon for supports. For Augusta, since you do not have 5-star, you can Waning Red Shift. And if you don't have Waning Red Shift, you can use Helios Cleaver. So therefore, I'll make the switch over here first for you, so that you know what weapon to raise. Weapons always important on main DPS. It is. Weapons always important on main DPS. His airstrikes are gonna suffer, but if you can get their signature weapons, your tower and Wuwa runs are gonna be so much easier. For now though, you want to use a crit rate false sovereign. Do you have any crit rate false sovereigns? You don't. Essentially, your Augusta is working on a 48.1% gacha crit rate. 4-5, 3-5, 3-5, 2-5. I think I can see how you're doing your enhancements. You will probably low on tubes. Yeah, you're low on tubes. Cause from what I'm seeing, you're just plus 25, which is something you don't want to do. You want to plus 10 first. And so, for example, we have this Aero Predator you enhance, right? Plus 10. These two are shit. Throw them out. Because you're plus 25, now you have a double crit, but you're stuck with a kind of shit looking double crit. There's this thing where you're like, oh, I'm too attached to this piece right here. I don't want to throw it away. But objectively speaking, this piece is actually just not that great. If I were you, I will get the false sovereign to crit rate first. Then after that, rework on this one. You can keep this one because this is a technical 4-5. Consider reworking on this one. Lowest roll crit, second lowest roll crit damage. You want Forte Circuit and you want Resonance Liberation. These two are pretty important. I think you want to focus on Liberation first because the Liberation does quite a lot of damage. Then Forte Circuit, then Resonance Skill. Okay, now moving on to Prolova. I think we will only be able to do Tower and Whimpering Waste because it's gonna take quite a while. Prolova has, oh, I mean 60% crit rate is workable. You don't need so much energy regen, but I think all the energy regen is coming from your Cosmic Ripples. Then the crit damage is okay. Actually, I think your Prolova stats are looking quite nice. This is 2-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, no, 3-5. The Liberation does not count. So therefore, this is actually a 3-5 as well. Because you're using 4-4-1-1-1. Therefore, you're lacking Havoc damage. And with you lacking Havoc damage, you'll be doing lower than a 4-3-3-1-1. But you can make do with 4-4-1-1-1 for now. You want to transition to 4-3-3-1-1 once you're like done building your other resonators. For Lova, I can say you can leave her be because she has the necessary stats with the current status of your account. Only after you're done with thing better, you know, echoes. More importantly, the weapons, because they're gonna need the weapons actually. That's where you want to look at maybe 4-3-3-1-1 for Lova. I'd say you can keep this one's a 2-5. So probably you want to keep these two 1-1s and then change out the 3-3. Okay, so you see right here, for Prolova, right? Do you see this damage comparison? 4-3-3-1-1, and then the 4-4-1-1-1, and they are using double crit damage here. You're using 1 crit rate, 1 crit damage, so therefore your actual damage is also going to be lower. So you see how much damage you're missing out. At least like 50k worth of damage, assuming you have this Cantarella and Russia. Slowly work on it, Cartesia, 35k HP is fine because you don't have the signature. The energy regen is great, crit rate is great, crit damage great. Emerald Genesis, 3-5. Eh? What's this? Okay, I choose prediction outcome. Is this account break? Choose outcome. Yes, complete prediction. Bro, 4-4-1-1-1, not 4-3-1-1-1. What the hell am I looking at? For Cartetia is one of those where you actually do want to use 4-4-1-1-1. So my favorite website to visit is Pritwin. It can tell you many things. So if you look at build, 4-4-1-1-1, 100% damage. Even with Emerald of Genesis, 100% damage. 4-3-3-1-1, which is technically a mixed best, is just a tiny bit away. But with 4-3-1-1-1, it's not even up here. You learned this build from TikTok. Please fact check with Pritwin. Like when I make my guides, right? I fact check with Pritwin, and I also look at I win to lose and Brexophone, so that my theories on when I build for the character makes sense. Whenever you see some build from TikTok, fact check with Pritwin, fact check with something else. If the sources don't match, look for another source that says whether to use what 4-4-1-1-1 or 4-3-3-1-1. Yeah, so it's only 4-4-1-1-1 or 4-3-3-1-1. If anyone says you want to do 4-4-4 build, 3-3-3-3 build, or 5-1 cost build, they are scamming you. They are breaking your account. Unless they actually show the stats or like some damage calculation sheet right here that maybe like 5-1 somehow work better, which will never be the case. So Pritwin is one of your best friend. Of course, you should not always trust Pritwin because Pritwin also has their own errors here and there. Therefore, always fact check, okay? Fact check. Windward Pilgrimage, you want to use the other Kelpie. So if you have crit damage here already, you want to look at crit rate Kelpie. Then for one, this one's 3-5, this one's Low 3-5. This one's a 3-5. So yeah, for your Cartetia, you know what to build. Did change this one? Okay, 10 everything. Nice. Shopkeeper. This HP is very, very, very low. Your energy regens over by around 10 to 20%. If you like to play safe, you want 240. If you are a little bit more confident, you can go with 230. Too much crit rate. You don't need crit rate on Shopkeeper. Crit damage, kind of low. Call of the Abyss is a good choice. If you have variation, make the switch to variation. But for now, you can stick with Call of the Abyss. Healing bonus makes sense. For me, I prefer HP because HP can do a bit of damage and can also heal more. Energy regen, okay. 2-5. Energy regen again, okay. 2-5. No. 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 Shopkeeper heals based off HP. How do you know whether it's HP? Look at the resonance skill healing, percentage HP. Intro skill, damage, percentage HP. Therefore, this 2-1 cost over here for Rover, I guess. Not for Shopkeeper. Baizhi has the HP, so technically you can steal from Baizhi, and Baizhi should also use for 3-3-1-1 double energy before before we get a hit. Okay, Shopkeeper. You don't need to max out for Shopkeeper other than intro skill, honestly. Because intro skill is the one that's gonna allow her to do damage. Except that with your HP being so low because you lack the 2 HP percentage, work on that first, get the HP. You can steal it from Baizhi on I think you know what I'm gonna do for you. I am going to create this set called HP low. Okay, Baizhi. And this one is I guess you can leave it there first. Save this as preset HP low. And then you're going to use this between Shopkeeper and Baizhi. They are going to share the set. Now this looks better. You could consider going with this crit damage. Like you could. I say for your account you might need the damage more. So I'm gonna leave it at this crit damage here. And then for Baizhi will steal from Shopkeeper set. Yeah, they do not have Verena. Who was your Resonator pick? Encore? Jinxin? I think it's probably one of these two. Sanhua, energy regen, okay. Crit rate, very, very low. Crit damage. I would prefer to use a crit rate Heron, but we are just going to leave this Heron as it is for crit damage. You don't need too much investment in Moonlit, you just need the crit rate to be able to use Moonlit properly. So crit rate Heron, important. And after that, these are just going to help you do a little bit more damage. That's about it. And for Sanhua, when you have the resources, upgrade the Liberation. Otherwise, you don't really need to. Sanhua S2, okay. Jianxin, I don't think you really praise Jianxin. Encore, if you're lacking in resonators, you can consider Encore. Encore is quite great to use because you can still do quite a bit of damage. Yang, and you probably won't use her. Dungeon, you have the set for her, which is this one's a 5-5, this one's a 4-5, this one's a 3-5, and this one's a technical 4-5. And this one's also 5-5, but why is this HP? Hold on, I just realized, why are these 2 HP? This one's attack percentage. No, you want Havoc, double Havoc damage bonus on Dungeon, and then you want these 2 to be attack. So I guess you want to make that change eventually. Okay, I don't think the rest are enhanced, so we can leave them at that then. I think Tower is going to be quite difficult. That's actually for Havoc Rover. Even if it's for Havoc Rover, right? Havoc Rover also uses attack percentage. So this 2 echoes right here is something you want to change. You don't want to use HP. We shall do Tower first. Tower is ending soon. You know what else you want? You want Sleep? Denied. Sleep is denied. Well, I think realistically, we are looking at maybe 27 crests. Maybe we can push it higher. Maybe we are not able to push it higher. Still too early to say. Galbrana will be our biggest bet over here. I am going to try doing the middle tower first. Electro resistance and aerial resistance decreased by 10%. Augusta and Yuno will work very, very well. Here's where Gelbrena is going to work very well. Are you going to allow me to utilize the resources that you have? Or would you like to conserve your resources? I think Q's gone missing. Bro died. Yeah, bro died. Okay, I am going to try with the Carthasia team because I don't think Augusta and Yuno are equipped enough with proper weapons at all. Carthasia and Rover might be their best shot, but it's going to be very difficult. Like, actually very difficult. How the hell are you able to strike me from so high up? Hecate is always playing cheap, I swear. Yao, yao. Struggling the account, give you some advice. Sure. Out. Let's get this cleared first before we do anything else. That's a non-crit from Rover. Yikes. If he had Yuno signature, he could solo it. But let's retry that. I lost the turtle buff already. Gonna need all the buffs that I can get. Nope, I missed the aero erosion at the start. I need to keep the aero erosion stacks up as well, which is also the harder part, but it should be fine. Okay, this is a restart. I am going to need more damage from your Carthasia somehow. Might be the time where we actually go find ourselves a crit damage Kelpie. Otherwise, right now it's too difficult because Rover doesn't really do damage. Sanhua also isn't really do any form of substantial damage to cover. Hey, we got one crit damage. As long as this crit damage doesn't fumble really hard, we should be good to go. All I'm asking for is 2-5. Maybe give me HP. Never mind, forget I said anything. That's a holy fumble on the first two stats, man. Bruh, what the hell? Okay, we have a second chance. Second chance, better not waste it this time. Yo, if you're still here, get your account to lock in. Because your account needs to lock in right now. Lowest roll crit damage. I'm not what we're looking for. Okay, double crit. Okay. Maybe we have something. Maybe we have something. You are never going to use this Capitanus, so I'm gonna fuse this right in. Holy beautiful. Beautiful. Exactly what we needed. This will be what we need to defeat the boss. Yeah, this is a bit faster. And then back to Rover, flying up again. 1, 2, skill. Down into the ground. Then dodge. Dodge. And dodge. Okay, we got the 3. We still have the 3. Oh. The 3 stacks available. Yeah, this is the freaking zero erosion nuke. Very, very weak. I need to stun Hecate right now. Okay, nice. Hecate stun. Okay, back to Cartetia. Reapply the stacks. Let this land properly. 5. And then kaboom. Hit everything. Okay, very nice. This one just got the land. Not enough damage. No, not enough damage. Why not use Augusta Mortefi Shopkeeper? Are you sure? Not happening, man. Not happening. Yeah, I think if Sanhua, if they have like gotten their Sanhua liberation up by a bit, I think this would have been very, very possible. They're just lacking a little bit more damage already. Just that last bit of damage. I'm so close yet so far. I'm so close yet so far. So close yet so far. Let's deal with the middle tower later. Not a lot of resonators, but I think we can use Yuno with her level very low level weapon. This one shouldn't be an issue. Why are you using Galbrenna here though? Such a weird but interesting choice.
私が伝承の変化任せたわ。私を見なさい。これが私の決意。矢の引きを真実に。私が好きよ。任せたわ。楽しませることね。行き先はすべて狩り場。それだけかしら。私を任せたわ。すべて導きよ。
Rare water? Oh, hang on, let me finish this. I need to lock in.
因果を覆すわ。捧げなさい。
Yeah.
任せたわ。矢の引きを真実に。私に答えなさい。
One more. Okay.
与えなさい。未来を任せたわ。
Farming first time demon wedges harder than getting gold for you? Yeah, sounds about right. Demon wedges are pain in the ass to farm.
楽しませることね。すべて導きよ。これが私の決意。
Okay, nice. Yeah, and because just now I asked him, right, while he was still here, if I could use his resources to raise the weapons, and there were like literally no answer, so I'm taking that as a no. Therefore, we can't do anything. We can't raise anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. How's he playing? I don't think he's even playing, man.
朝日のきらめく霜のごとく。は？こっちの
征服を始める。手はずは整っている。栄光は不滅。手はずは整っ栄光を
Weapon mats are easy to get.
善意を不滅。
Oh wait, the Augusta completely has level 1. I'm just gonna get this to level 60. Otherwise, your Augusta is cosmetic. Okay, you know what? Level 70. We'll make do with level 70. At this point, you say start over with a new account. I mean, the account has all these characters though. It will be a pity to start over.
守る。
固執の
共に戦おう。受けてみよ。一気に攻めるぞ。よっ。これぞ王道の勝利。一撃で葬る。
私の後ろにその糧を解き放せ。
よかでよ。手はずは整っている。よっ。
固執の
セブンヒルズのために。はっ。もらった。手はずは整っている。胸を張れ。太陽の輝きに。これで終わりだ。
私の後ろに
整って
大フレンゲはっ骨をも蝕む国会よ。
共に戦おう。手はずは整っている。代価を上げよ。よっ。勝利の方向。手 っている。その盾を解き放て。
I think with the state of this account, right, I don't think it's even going to be possible to reach infinite torrents. Might be, might not be.
真理へと至る道。残響祭。
ひざまずきなさい。
手はずは整っている。弱点ね。
華麗に優雅に私これが私の決意。全て導きよ因果覆す。
隙を見せたな。無駄なあがきだ。手はずは整っている。栄光を
What? The ult didn't trigger.
一撃で葬る。私に任せ。響き渡る。
少し遊んであげる。任せてわ。わからないわ。私に答えなさい。
セーフを始める。あった。セブンヒルズのために。手はずは胸を張れ。太陽の輝きに。戦意を。私に任せて。真理へと至る道。復元残響再現。
瞬き禁止よ。任せたわ。与えなさい。月が満ちたわ。
Oh my god, the non-crits him.
未来よかれよ。
受けてみよ。栄光は不滅。これぞ王道の勝利。これで終わりだ。私に任せて。春よ、雪を溶かせ。残響
少し遊んであげる。任せたわ。これが私の決意。
征服を始める。
Might be possible. I can say that I have a lot of patience. It's admirable to be equipped with such state of things. With none of it, I would just see it as a challenge. To see how whether I'm able to clear these things or not. So when you see it as a more as a challenge, right? It's maybe not too bad after that. Okay, please crit. That's one non-crit from you, Augusta, but whatever. Well, I still do have the one life blessing. Oh my god. Where the hell is the... Where the hell is the crit? Crit.exe missing. Just the like feeling weak. I don't think anyone likes feeling weak, to be fair. But yeah, try to do the best you can for every character that you have. That's the way to definitely not feel weak. Maybe if I use Augusta out right now, because I'm gonna need to use Augusta out early so that she can charge up her out for later. Usually have a little roster but good builds. Yeah, focusing on roster really does help.
整っている。春雪を溶かせ。残響祭
華麗に優雅に与えなさい。矢の先をこれだ私の決意。行き先は全て狩り場。
よかぜよ。セブンヒルズのために栄光をセブンヒルズに。一撃で
All the crits are missing. Oh, that's cursed. That was a very cursed ult.
復元真理へと至る道。
What the fuck, man?
少し遊んであげる。任せてわ。楽しませることね。月が満ちたわ。全て導きよ。インクの覆
成功を始め。隙を見せたな。よっ胸を張れ。太陽の輝きに。善意を。私に任せ。春雪を溶かせ。
We might have a chance.
華麗に優雅に私に答えなさい。
Ew. No crit.
共に戦おう。勝利の方向。受けてみよ。一気に攻めるぞ。これぞ
Send it. Send it. Send it.
王道の勝利。
Out. Out. Out.
一撃で
Send it.
葬る。
Freaking hell, man. I had to change my rotation a bit. GG's indeed, GG's. I think for this one I'm just gonna use the Galbrina. I don't want to think too much.
いけ。
破壊はっ一服遅れたせんべいのシンフォニ
Yeah, you only need that Varina.
ー神聖を授けるニュール面白いコンチェルト一服遅れたせんべい泣き叫び笑いなさい心だけは白馬に放つ
Why did he build dungeon?
悪魔の道
He didn't even build dungeon.
燃え盛る。葬ってやる。豪華を燃やす。悪には悪を。
That's not exactly the proper dash cancel.
アドアスト
He has Echo? Yeah, he has Echo. His Echo is supposedly for Havoc Rover.
生命のシンフォニー
やってくれたな。捕食する。
生と死の狭間にすが口ずさむ杉し日の残機を
逃がしはしない。
That's why you see all the usable units. They're all like not a lot of energy already. Cartethia doesn't have any. The Cartethia alone is not enough. In case y'all forgot, this Cartethia is running on Emerald Genesis. We have Rover, but Rover's not doing a lot of damage. And with Sanhua. Like if they had their Sanhua with Liberation invested, might still be possible. But at this point in time, it's not really worth it for me to find that perfect rotation. I've showcased it's possible to actually do with EOG Cartethia. Like I've showcased that it's possible to do it with EOG Cartethia, but my Cartethia is way better built, and also my Sanhua has more investment in her Liberation, which is what made it possible.
いけ。
命のシンフォニー、星の歌よ。入力。伴奏お願いできる？反響に耳を傾けるの。枯れてもな咲き乱れる。悪魔の手やってくれたな。
I took a little bit too long on this rotation, so probably I'll only do 3 heavies. Maybe in Prolova you regret not pulling for Augusta though? Oh. I need to master the heavy rotation on Galbrena. What is my opinion about this account? It's cooked. It's cooked. Our streak of good accounts is no more. We're back to cooked accounts. But anyways, I did say that we're only getting like 27 crests. So we did technically get 27 crests. There's no point for me to 3 crest this when I can't even 3 crest this. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother, man. I'm not even gonna bother trying to 3 crest that. And they got nothing else that I can use with really. Okay, that's for tower. I think their Whimpering Waste is also kind of cooked as well. Because I legit only have Galbrena and Prolova. That is going to be so hard to use in Whimpering Waste without Chakona. This is such a cursed combination. No, like this is actually a very, very cursed combination. But I have to do it. I have to split Prolova and Galbrena up. I am actually very, very confused. What the hell am I supposed to do? Yo, what's that team? That's a makeshift team. A team that doesn't... that sort of works but at the same time doesn't really work. I need to quick swap in between though. Why did Yuno start flying already? must be the little cassowaries that actually causing Yuno to fly, which I don't want that to happen.
私に答えなさい。
The thing about hologram, right, is that if you require yourself to be on the field together with the hologram bosses for maybe like say more than 30 seconds, you gotta start learning their movesets in order to clear holograms. Otherwise, you're gonna get smacked upside down by those holograms, and then well, good luck to you after that. We are actually doing it. Amazing. Wow. Wow. I'm going to make the change because Cartesia's rotation is a little bit too long. So I'm gonna change from Cartesia to Sanhua instead. I need to remember to cast. I need to remember to cast the. No. Cast Rolova's ult. I keep forgetting to cast Rolova's ult. Oh my god, where are you throwing the Haggerty, Rolova? What the heck? Did I miss an intro? Did I miss an intro or outro somewhere? I think I did. Oh, that sucks. That kinda sucks. I missed an intro and outro somewhere. Whatever. Unless I'm missing a little bit of points for the last bit, I will not bother with this one.
燃え盛る豪華私の手で地獄の門を開く
消化しろ。
悪には悪を
役に長女
Time to eat, 11 p.m. Okay, enjoy your meal.
申請を授ける
That's quite a late
入力
dinner though.
禁止よ私を見なさい行き先は月が満ちたわ運命
悪魔の登場だ
通り
この身に私に示そう
But yeah, enjoy.
豪華をも
Got bros back. Okay, do we have all the rewards? We do. Not bad. Infinite torrents. Infinite torrents, huh? Man, this one is a whole other thing. Yeah, Stanhua didn't work out. I'm going back to Cardathia. I'll use Haven that gleams elegantly, I guess. Because we can use more echo skill damage. I'm going to make the change though, where I will use Augusta first before I go into Frolova. So the heavy damage bonus is not going to work, the buff is not going to work, but it is going to help Augusta a lot, get her majesty stack a lot more reliably. Because Cardathia's rotation can sometimes be a little bit too long. So these three here are just for the DPS. Like they're just here for the DPS.
生命のシンフォニー
征服を始める
崩れなさい神の本庁伴奏お願いできるただ環境に耳を傾けるな邪魔よ完全に
栄光をセブンヒルズに一撃でフォアマル
枯れてもな咲き乱れる
Remembering to flash bang you every time. Of course they have to nerf you. Flash bang you. That's the name of the game.
ここに権限する罪の浄化打点する
Yeah, second half is one more, which is why I have using Frolova in the first half.
救済
潮風よやれろ
Crazy tactics, this is more like I had no other choice.
共に戦おう隙を見せたな
終焉生命のシンフォニー完全に無駄ね変な神の本庁枯れなさ泣き叫び笑いなさい心だけは
Barely look at the screen during whimpering run.
海よ
この身を包め滅びを告げるクリコ謝罪共に戦おうこの一振りで悪の滅ぼそう世が出よう大胆は栄光をセブンヒルズに一撃でフォアマル手はず
アンセンブル生命のシンフォニー完全に無駄ねただ落ちへと死の狭間にすべて口ずさむ杉し日の
Playing D&D in the background so you're listening mostly. Yeah, that works.
本庁静まる
悔い改める滅びを告げる
You know what? 5 waves is honestly more than I expected. Not to mention on wave 6. So 2020 is actually pretty good already. I am actually impressed with 2020.
行け。
ゲストを任せたわ。神聖を授け
To get 4K5, probably not. Probably yes. Need to see how. The good news? What's up? What good news? DNA does fix invisible walls for truffle? Really? That's great news. How? Why do you downplay the good news? That's absolutely great news.
豪華を燃や
ついの治療を告げる。星の歌よ。ニュール少し遊んであげる。任せたわ。
行け。
楽しませることね。これが私の決意。
Ran from one end to another without hitting anything. That's
先は
beautiful.
火を私の手で地獄
Yay.
の門を開く。
消化しろ。
被爆。前に悪には悪を。
この身をもち誓いをなす。任せたわ。
行け。
アドアストニュール今日華麗に私に答えなさい。
トライ。この身にそろそろ終わりの時間だ。
食い尽くしてやる。
被爆。豪華を燃やす。
燃やし尽くせ。
ついの治療
We actually got 4.5k already. When Whimpering Waste is so much easier
星の
than
歌よ。
than Tower,
ニュール少し遊んで
unbelievable.
任せたわ。
ロックオン。
私を月が満ちたわ。
悪魔の登場だ。燃えた。葬ってやる。
影の始まりだ。
Unbelievable. I'm doing Tower and Whimpering Waste, no, and nothing else really. Hologram is too much. Too much to fit into one video as well. So I'm stopping at Tower and Whimpering Waste. If Tower didn't take so long, I could have done Holo, but not in this session. So if they want to request for Holo, they have to re-queue. What has been said has been said. Please focus on your characters. Please get their weapons proper weapons, not the energy regen variants of it. That's not gonna help them do damage. And then if you can, I would highly recommend you to prioritize Rolova's signature, Yuno's signature, and Cartetia's signature. Augusta's signature is great and all, but I wouldn't say it's that important compared to Yuno, because I feel like Yuno by herself can actually solo endgame content. On the other hand, Augusta is very team dependent and cannot solo at all. If she doesn't have a teammate, she will not be able to get her Majesty stack off. And that's exactly why. But yeah, that's for the account review. Hopefully you've learned something from this skill, and hopefully this is your first step towards greatness in this account. I look forward to how much your account can improve. Wow, we even got the 3-hour notification up here already. That this exactly calls for a break. But yes, as for the rest of you watching on YouTube and TikTok, hope you've enjoyed it and maybe also learned something. Anyways, happy gaming Rovers, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Goodbye.